I want to bring in Chair of the RNC Youth Advisory Council and political commentator, Brilyn Hollyhand, for more on this. Brilyn, welcome back to the show. It is good to have you back. First, I'd like to get your initial reaction to those poll numbers. What are you hearing from other folks in your age group about the second term so far?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard nothing but resounding results on promises made, promises kept. Phil, it's great to be with you. Happy Sunday, and I appreciate the opportunity to be back with you. I had the opportunity to meet with the president Thursday night before his speech in my hometown, and what I shared with him was how we can make sure that we're fighting to keep the youth vote for the Republican Party, and to make sure that 2024's Gen Z wins for the GOP isn't an anomaly, but to make sure going into the midterms in 26 and the general again in 28, that we're working hard to keep those results. And what I shared with the president, I reminded him of that famous Reagan quote that he referenced a lot on the campaign trail: "Are you better off than you were 4 years ago?" And what I told the president was, actually, we can tweak that a little bit. All we have to say right now is, are you better off than you were just 100 days ago? And in 100 short days, the president's given my generation cheap gas, secure borders, and he's performed CPR on the American dream. Phil, it took Biden 100 days just to find his way from the bedroom to the Oval Office. And when he got there, all he did was give us these LGBTQ studies in Iraq. The president is actually delivering on promises made, promises kept. And that's a rare thing for DC politicians to do. So Gen Z's impressed so far. The polling you just referenced shows that.
All right. You are 18 years old, right?
Yes, sir.
That always blows me away every time I talk to you. Maybe that's the only reason why you're not a member of his cabinet just yet, with how you speak about him. I do want to push back a slight bit on the 100 days. You are all positive, all roses. I get it. But what about things like 51st state for Canada, Greenland, possibly running for a third term, and now he said he won't, and renaming Veterans Day, and now he said he won't. And I mean, there are things like that he didn't campaign on. Do you think those things are noise, that he should rather focus on the economy? What do you think about those things?
I love to call the president the troller in chief, and I also love to see the media reaction, just like you gave, to when the president does stuff like that. It's a beautiful thing to watch. I will say this, actually citing real numbers. A Yelp poll said that last November, 84 of the 88 major college campuses in this nation saw Gen Z shift to the right by 11 points, Phil. That is a double-digit shift to the right with an age group that we were told was long gone and owned by the DNC. This wasn't a one-time fluke. This was an anomaly. This is a long-term cultural shift towards common sense and a rejection of this radical woke left agenda that we've previously seen in a dark 4 years. This shows that this is going to continue. This is showing us that this is a trend. And obviously, as we're seeing on social medias and in these polls that you're showing after the election's over, people are loving what's going on in the past 100 days. Whether the president's saying that he's going to be bringing it to 51st state, taking Greenland, the Gulf of America, whatever it is, it appears that Gen Z agrees with this and is loving this.
Yeah, I think the folks you talk to agree with it. There's a good portion of the country that thinks differently. But I tell you this, I love having you on. I love talking to you. And I can't wait to talk to you sometime around the midterms, because then we'll see if what you're saying really pans out. Brilyn Hollyhand, good to have you on. And hey, I hear you're graduating high school, like next week?
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Yeah, very soon.
Good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too. All right. It is